Hello, my name is Carla Seib-Stockton, and I'm the chaplain and bereavement coordinator at Paramount Home Health and Hospice in San Diego. Over the years, I've heard many people say they don't want to have a service. Maybe they don't like being the center of attention in life and don't want to be the center of attention in death. Maybe they don't want their family or friends to go to the effort or expense on their behalf. Maybe they are genuinely concerned about the financial burden, but oftentimes it's people just don't realize the value to the surviving loved ones of having the opportunity to gather and reflect on their life and support each other. Events and rituals don't have to be expensive or burdensome, and they can be tremendously healing, providing a way to process your emotions in a meaningful way. There are some tasks of grieving that have been identified as necessary for the healing process. They are designed to help the bereaved person reorient themselves and find a new normal so that their life can have meaning and vitality in a good way, different from before, and somewhat the same. These are good rituals that will help move a person further along. At the time of death, gathering might be very meaningful to a person or to a family to have a time of prayer or just some storytelling or a time of silence. At the time of death might be a good time, but maybe not everyone can be there. So having a funeral or memorial service can also be very helpful because that's a specified time to gather. It's also helpful to have a ritual to scatter the cremains or to bury the body or the urn. Maybe raising a toast or lighting a candle at the dinner table in their honor at holidays or special meals. Or maybe some combination of these will be meaningful to you and will help you as the loved one find some direction in moving through the grief so that you can accomplish these tasks. What are they? Well, the four most common and most important are going to be helpful in having a good service, will give you a good start. And so the first one is to acknowledge the reality of the person's death. You know intellectually that the person has died, but it does take a while for the emotions to catch up. Gathering in a designated time or place to express those emotions helps make it real inside and out. You might not want it to be real, but pretending that it didn't happen isn't healthy and won't get you anywhere. The second one is to actually bear the pain of the loss. Pain is difficult to go through, but the fact is that it's important to honor that pain. Many people will have a reluctance to cry for fear that they'll never stop if they get started, but that's an unrealistic fear. The service or a gathering time is very helpful in reinforcing that, because you will find out that you can handle it, that you can cry and eventually laugh again, that you can still find blessings to count in your life and in your community. The third one is to remember the life of the person who has died. You might think that's odd because you think you'll never forget them, and you won't. But it is important to review their life, and their eulogy can help you do that. Usually, the eulogy will review happy memories and the impact the person made on their family, their friends, will review their accomplishments. But even if there are some that are more difficult, it's helpful to acknowledge that that's part of who they were and to deal with forgiveness if that's needed. Friends from work will know a person in a different way than their family will know them. And A person will often get a fuller view of their loved one as they listen to the stories of people that know them in another context or from another part of their life. Taking time to look through photographs of events and of family members may prompt many people to share more memories and stories. And that also can be helpful because it reminds you of times of the person's life. Number 4 is to reestablish the meaningfulness of life. Facing our loved one's mortality will actually help us and remind us to face our own. Reflecting on the shortness and vulnerability of life reminds us to keep in focus what life is worth living and helps us to reevaluate our priorities. Services will do that, and especially religious services of any tradition are designed to do just that. These 4 points are all good reasons to have a service or a gathering of some sort. I hope that by having this video, I've been able to convince you of the worthiness and value of having a conversation with your loved ones before they die about what they would like, but also to share with them what you would like.